All right, we're back. It's game 2 of the 2-game set here on this Father's Day Sunday. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024 triple threat, and the Brampton Warriors both 1-1 on the season. Sydney Holmes alongside JJ Evison, that's me. Sydney, what do you got in terms of your keys to the game for this second game, and which team, to which do you give the edge?
Right now, I'm gonna have to say triple threat, and only basing it off of, again, statistically, both of these teams are so evenly matched. Both have the same record so far going into this game. But one of the players that just will kind of push it over the edge for me is Monty Clough on triple threat. As consistent as she was last game, we saw she essentially almost played the entirety of last game. So her stamina is unmatched. And not only that, the ability that she's able to play, she's consistent on the defensive end. She was able to be the top scorer on her team with 15 points, so she's versatile. And I think that is something that if the Warriors aren't able to capitalize on and really shut her down, is going to be something that could be detriment for them going into this game for sure. But the Warriors, to say the least, they are a consistent player. They were neck and neck last week with the Advantage Titans, who are now undefeated currently in the league. So they are not a team to be taken for granted of as well. But they are, what I want to say is the whole package. They have consistent players on both ends of the floor, and they're able to kind of do simple basketball well and effective. And at this point, it's pretty much anybody's game, even though I do think, due to the Monty Clough on triple threat, that's going to be a little bit of advantage for them going up against the Warriors.
Well, Monty Clough, 15 points last week, and Eve YSU, 13 points, 4-team triple threat. They were atop the leaderboard in the points category in terms of rebounds. Tito Akanusi for the triple threat team, and Angeline Campbell both with 6 apiece. And assists were low across the board, but Monty Clough and Eve YSU, 3 assists. Angeline Campbell, 3 assists. Kiara Leverage for Team Brampton, 2 assists. As we get the starting lineups introduced here for triple threat, Summer Paul, Monty Clough, Tito Akanusi, Sam Robinson, and Eve YSU. For the Brampton Warriors, it's Angeline Campbell, Janika Griffith-Wallace, who had 8 3-pointers made in week 1, Kiara Leverage, Colby Roper, and Michaela Riche. Of course, we'll see a lot of run from Tamia Francis and Ellen Ugranov coming off the bench. Olivia Osamusali as well for the Brampton Warriors. They run deep, and we have yet to see the breakout game for Summer Paul, last year's championship MVP, Sydney.
I think that was almost a constant theme we had said for her last game. Was it almost looked like she was second-guessing herself. That is something that, she's a fantastic player. I want to see more of a consistent play to come out of her, and hopefully this game is able to show that, because she's a great player. She's in this league for a reason, so I want her to have that level of confidence, and hopefully she's able to really show that in this game.
The tip-off between Michaela Riche and Sam Robinson will get us underway for the second game on this Father's Day Sunday. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024, we're off. Monty Clough, and right away it's a 3-on-1. Missing the easy layup. Akanusi. Michaela Riche has nobody on her, working from the elbow into the paint, up and good for 2. Michaela Riche opens the scoring for the Brampton Warriors. And Summer Paul has it on the near wing. Clough at the top of the key. YSU from deep, off the near iron, rebounded by Riche. Angeline Campbell gets a flyby off the front of the iron. That one up, no good for Leverage. And fighting down low, Leverage comes away with it. Michaela Riche gives it up. Janika Griffith-Wallace with a new hairdo and a new look, but the still same shot from deep.
I like that. That was nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was just off the cuff.
I like that.
I was looking, I was like, wait, I don't recognize that. player, and it was, of course, Janika Griffith-Wallace. Summer Paul has it. Working on Angeline Campbell. Angeline Campbell with the foul. Summer Paul will head to the free throw line for 2. Take another look at that 3 from Griffith-Wallace. Sydney.
The comfortability, also like the confidence. First of all, I will say there's a lot of times in this game, and we saw from the first game, a lot of women are being left out completely unguarded from beyond the arc, and you can't do that. The consistency at which these women are shooting at, especially Griffith-Wallace, you cannot leave her unattended. And the shot was beautiful. The consistency that these women are able to play at is unmatched. So you need to be able to at least have somebody closing out to give yourself a chance at getting that shot blocked.
Summer Paul unable to lift the lid on the basket for team triple threat. And from the corner, that one off the mark. Monty Clove can't corral the rebound. Defensive possession turnover. Brampton Warriors look to add to their 5-point lead here with just under a minute and a half played in quarter number 1. Griffith-Wallace, Richer has it on the near side. It was into Colby Roper. Roper does get it. And Summer Paul collects for a foul. So already 2 team fouls for team triple threat. Kiara Leverage. Richer on the nice step through by Richer. Richer's got 4. Griffith-Wallace has 3. It's a 7-0 lead for the Brampton Warriors. Come out firing. Clough takes a shot, takes it in, kicks it back out. Summer Paul in and out. Angeline Campbell gives it up, and Michaela Richer is on fire. Doesn't matter if it's in the paint from beyond the arc. Michaela Richer is tough to stop.
Richer is a solid example of a two-way big, being able to be consistent not only in the paint but beyond the arc. Sensational shot.
Akanusi no good. Richer with another rebound. Griffith-Wallace into the middle, stops at the free throw line. That one no good. Fighting for the rebound was Clough and Leverage. And so the Brampton Warriors will maintain possession. It's a 10-0 lead with under 3 minutes played in the first quarter. I didn't see this one starting out this way.
No. I will say what's happening right now, especially for triple threat, is they're not really setting up a rotation. Their plan right now is driving down the floor, doing one pass out to the corner, a little bit of a rotation maybe on offense, like for one player going from one to the other, and then they're vying for the rebound. They're not really doing much of a true rotation, but that's definitely something that the Warriors have been able to capitalize on. And you see the strength driving into the net for the Warriors, and it's led by Richer. Her consistency, not only from down low, but beyond the arc, from making the 3-ball. You're taught from a young age, if you see a person who's predominantly strength down low in the paint, you leave them when they're beyond the arc. You cannot do that for Richer because she's consistent from all aspects of the floor, and that's the reason why the scoreline is the way it is right now. Their consistency is unmatched.
7 points, 5 rebounds for Michaela Richer. Here in the opening minutes of this game between the 1-and-1s, it's Team Triple Threat versus Team Brampton Warriors. Of course, the other 3 coming from the hands of Janika Griffith-Wallace, who was 8 of 13 in week 1. She has it on the baseline, finds Richer, fading away, fouled on the attempt. So she'll go to the free throw line looking to add to her 7 points. And this kind of has a feeling of Michaela Richer domination game.
It's starting off, the fact that we're already, we got 5 minutes remaining here, we're just 3 minutes in, and she's already essentially contributing to the majority of her team's points. It's not a short feat to accomplish. She's, it's scary.
More than halfway to a double-double. That's 8 points now. And credit to the Brampton Warriors for continuing to feed the hot hand. Perfect from the free throw line, perfect from the field. Michaela Richey is having herself an afternoon. Some substitutions now for Team Triple Threat. Brittany English and Jasmine James check in. English has it. Klauth, guarded by Leverage. Gives it up to Alina Domingo. And then English from the far side.
The drought has been broken.
Yeah, the first bucket for Team Triple Threat is a deep one from Brittany English. Griffith Wallace and Richey. Ooh, rims around. Leverage comes and gets the rebound. And Brittany English has it over to Klauth. Klauth thought about it, gives it up. Domingo, no good. Angeline Campbell up now the other way for the Warriors. And that pass interrupted and off the hands of Domingo. Another substitution for Triple Threat. The Brampton Warriors have it on the baseline. Griffith Wallace waiting for the ball from one of the officials. And here we go. Ellen Ugranov right back to Wallace. And she hands it up to Richey. Richey gets her defender in the air, into the paint, floater, a little too tough. And Klauth
That was
the
too
other
much.
way.
That was too much. If that went in, I don't even know what to say on that. That would have been a great play if that went in.
We would have had a first quarter highlight reel for Michaela Richey.
Yeah, like just her all alone. But that's a bit too much. I don't stand for that.
Here
that's
she is. Again, gets her defender in the air, fights through contact, going back to the free throw line is Michaela Richey. And Janika Griffith-Wallace recognizing the mismatch. Credit her for the entry pass. Won't get the assist on the box score, but we definitely got to point it out. And checking in to Mia Francis as Angeline Campbell takes a seat on the bench.
I'm trying to think if it's something that Triple Threat is not doing to give Richey the ability to get all these chances, but I truly think it's just, you know, everybody has those games where they come out with guns a-blazing, shots are going in, it doesn't matter from what angle you're shooting at. That's her right now. I really don't know if there's anything Triple Threat is not doing to give her that ability.
Well, she takes a seat on the bench, Michaela Richey does, giving way to Olivia Osamasali. And a nice up and under score. Triple Threat. Domingo with the bucket. Francis has it over the timeline. Working to her right. Almost kicked it out to McCarter. Decides to go to Ugranov instead. That one off the iron. Rebounded by Kia Watt. Pushing the pace. Jasmine James now kicking it back out. Good defense by Ugranov and a strip. Megan McCarter. And great defensive possession by the Warriors, creating an offensive foul. It's 14-5 here. Just over half of period number 1 played. The Warriors lead Triple Threat. Francis avoids the screen, scoop shot, no good, but she'll head to the free throw line for 2.
A player who I mentioned at the beginning who is going to be leading force for Triple Threat, Monty Clough, has been a little bit non-existent so far, currently sitting on the bench. But one of those players where, again, she played the majority of the game. So the fact that the coach kind of pulled her off, looking to do a little bit of a different rotation, is interesting. It almost seems like Triple Threat's kind of just looking to find a solid rotation, at least get something set up on offense to give them the ability to start some kind of rotation.
Francis goes 1 of 2. Maybe Clough's minutes were due to the fact that Brittany English and Alina Domingo were not present last week. They are back. And here's Domingo with it, working on Ugranov. Gives it up. Kia Watt, no good. Megan McCarter in transition. Just throws it off Watt's leg, out of bounds. Pair of substitutions, Julianne McDonald coming into the game, and Kiara Leverage back in as well. These numbers hard to see from our vantage point, but it's Francis attacking, swatted away. Foul on the floor against the Warriors, against Megan McCarter. 10-point deficit for Team Triple Threat, who have possession. And Sam Robinson checks back into the game.
Quick rotations from both sides. It seems like both coaches are using the bench to their advantage in this game for sure.
Watt has it at the top of the key. Pulls it back, throws it down low. Domingo up, no good. Rebound, Leverage. She's got Francis to her left. Gets it to her. Francis back out to Leverage. Good give and go. Leverage from the corner. Off double iron. Foul's going to be called in the key. Two shots. Olivia Osamusali. And back into the game comes Monty Clough. So Olivia Osamusali at the free throw line, the Brampton, Ontario native. Played her last season before COVID. Averaged 12.5 points per game, 7 rebounds. For the Windsor Lancers, played her last game against Brock February 22nd of 2020. And goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Christina Mora outlets Kia Watt on the near wing. Brittany English from dead on center. That one rebounded by McCarter, who pushes it to Francis. Osamusali running with her hands up down the floor. McCarter from deep. Air ball, chasing it down, can't get to it in time. The former Nipissing Laker, Megan McCarter, seeing some good run here in the first quarter as we're under 2 minutes. Monty Clough, guarded by Leverage, gives it up. Across to English, attacking baseline. Met at the summit, and McCarter has it. Julianne McDonald. Right back to Osamusali. Francis, time and space from deep. Yes! She is a shooter. Christina Mora puts it to the deck. Foul's gonna go on Francis for the reach in, side out. Lead is now up to 13 for the Warriors. Over a minute remaining, and Megan McCarter checks out. Michaela Richer will come back in to finish the quarter.
The fast break game was something that Triple Threat was exceeding off of last game, but this game, it almost seems like it's their downfall because they're not allowing themselves to truly set up a play. Hopefully here they can kind of get the ball rolling a little bit.
Julianne McDonald comes back in time for the steal. Kiara Leverage travels. Got her feet moving before she put the ball to the floor. Offensive possession turnover. Eve Wiestu with it now. English on the near wing. Clough at the top of the key. Good ball movement on the perimeter. Wiestu gives it up to Mora. Had a toe on the line. Can't get it to go. Francis comes away with it. Motoring down court. Working to her left. Francis will head to the free throw line after tough foul from Brittany English.
Something that the Warriors are doing phenomenal right now on offense, and again, they're not really making a lot of their layups so far, but at the speed that they're pushing the ball, rotating it, and giving the option, like Francis, to get open and for the drive to head to the line for 2. They're moving the ball so fast that regardless of where triple threat is on the floor, they're going to get into foul trouble, and Warriors are putting them in a position to foul. They're not really giving them the option to do nothing but that. Because of how fast they're moving the ball, they're forcing them out of position. So I don't know if whether the Warriors really need to just be a little bit quicker on defense or just be right up on, or the Warriors need to be a little bit quicker. You know, triple threat, a bit too lax right now on defense.
Sam Robinson, no good. Klauf with the rebound and the putback. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Francis charging downhill. Kick ball going to be called. Klauf gets her right foot on it. She thought it was going to be a foul. She's breathing a big sigh of relief.
You know what? I love that she apologized. She's like, I thought you called a foul. My fault. My fault, ref.
10 seconds left in the quarter. No shot clock on. Richer gets it on the baseline. Is going to attack. Up and under left-handed. Too strong. Olivia Samasali can't put it back. 3 seconds left. Klauf has it over the timeline. Doesn't get it off in time. Takes the shot anyway. No good. 20-7, the Brampton Warriors lead after 8 minutes of play over the team triple threat. Sydney, is this the way you saw this game starting?
Not in the slightest. If I were to pick a scoreline, my guess, honestly, would have been 15-20. With a 5-point margin. And honestly, I couldn't have picked a team to lead, even though I thought triple threat was kind of going to be given an edge in this game. The scoreline was 15-20, so a lot closer than it currently is right now. One of the key things I think that both teams need to work on, Warriors, they're doing a solid performance on offense. I would love to see the ball maybe go through some other players. Like right now you see Richer obviously leading her team, Francis a constant threat. I want to see other players contribute. I want to see a solid team effort. You saw Griffith Wallace adding a little bit effort of that on the offensive end. So just really keeping that going into the second quarter. For triple threat, again, offense will come. They are consistent. We've seen that in past weeks. But their defense right now is a touch slow. They're just a step behind the ball in every play, which is allowing the Warriors to really go to the line and put them in foul trouble. So triple threat just needs to be a little bit quicker on defense, and I think the offense will come. They just need to be a lot more consistent with their shot choices.
Team triple threat, 3 of 17 from the field, just 17.6%, and 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, the Warriors shooting 31% from the field, 50% from deep, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. The Warriors out rebounding triple threat 18-11, and triple threat 7 fouls. So staying composed and keeping the Warriors off the free throw line. Obviously something that team triple threat needs to do, adjusting here in the second quarter. Still plenty of time left in this game to overcome this 13-point deficit. But starting the second quarter with it are the Brampton Warriors. Kiara Leverage will inbound the ball. Francis tightly guarded here. You can see jostling for position. And into Richer. Leverage has it back at the top of the key, working over the screen from Osamu Sali. Nice leak into the paint. Musali is going to turn it over, can't corral it. So a bit of a bigger lineup here for the Warriors, although a pair of substitutions now. Colby Roper back in. Janika Griffith-Wallace as well. Lonnie Klauf over the timeline for Team Triple Threat. Summer Paul now with it. Klauf from the near wing. That's good. And the lead's down to 10. Down low, Richer. And what a pass. Klauf calling her own number. Kia Watt comes and grabs the board and the putback.
Solid effort. That's a way for Watt. Just go in there. Don't assume the basket is going to be made. Play consistent. A hard steal here from Klauf.
That's too easy.
That's quick hands. That's quick hands on defense. Monty Clough, fast hands on defense resulted into an easy layup and a quick 2 points.
Still an 8-point lead for the Warriors, but this first minute of action in the second quarter belongs to the Brampton Warriors. They're putting their pedal to the metal offensively, defensively, as we take another look.
I've been waiting for Monty Clough to kind of come in with consistency. You saw Watt go in there and gather up her missed three, and the quick hands from Monty Clough to finish it there, to force the timeout call. She's too fast, and you can't give her the smallest of openings because she's going to take the ball and she's going to go down on transition and get the layup in. We're slowly chipping away here at a deficit. We saw again, it was a bit of a forgetful first quarter in terms of offensive presence there for Triple Threat, but they're coming back. They'll be getting a little bit more consistent as the game's going on, and we see Clough and Watt definitely are stepping up to become more of that leadership position as the game is going on right now.
Remember, Monty Clough, this is her third year at Hoop Queens Summer League. Last season as part of the team Lancers. Played NCAA at Monmouth University, previously at ASA College. So some more NCAA experience on the court for the Canadian Hoopers. Again, all the talent on the court that you see from the players to the coaches to the officials is Canadian. Julianne McDonald with it for Brampton. Working the baseline, pushed out of bounds by Domingo. Or steps out of bounds is the call. And Clough has it. Summer Paul now on the far wing. Kia Watt. Clough takes a shot, step back, gets her defender in the air. Domingo now working on Colby Roper. Step away, not enough on it. Air ball. Griffith Wallace the other way. Pulls it from three. Griffith Wallace off the side of the iron. Foul called. Colby Roper. Contact on the arm of Monty Clough.
Some fast shots getting put up. Both teams are kind of relying now on the quick burst down the floor, two passes, pull up for the three.
Kia Watt has it over the timeline for Triple Threat. Hands it off to Clough. Akanusi now at the top. Watt takes a shot, gets Roper in the air, can't get the shot to go. Griffith Wallace to leverage. Leverage working on Clough down court, fading away, not enough on it. She gets the ball, and who's down low? Richer. Hard foul, Monty Clough, who's going to help Richer up, and Richer will head to the free throw line. So Richer seems to be leaking out and getting ahead of the pack as soon as Brampton get possession in this second quarter. Nothing but nylon on the first. The second off the back of the iron, and Colby Roper tracks down the rebound. That's a deep three from Griffith Wallace, and that's off iron. Richer with the rebound. And a nice contact on the ball from Clough. This time it's Roper underneath. Sam Robinson gets a hand on that one. And so two great blocks, the first from Clough, the second from Robinson, prevents second chance opportunities for the Brampton Warriors. Akanusi down on the block. Akanusi gets it back, takes, can't get it to go. Roper gets the rebound.
Fantastic block from Roper.
Campbell up ahead, leverage off the backboard and in. Pushing the pace again is Angeline Campbell, the Brampton, Ontario native. Sam Robinson kicks it back out, and Brittany English has it, directing traffic. Into the paint. Guarded by Richer. Deep three from Kia Watt off the backboard and right into the hands of Campbell. Griffith Wallace has it. Behind her back pass to Campbell. And another pass, I don't think Roper was expecting it. Regardless, Richer puts it up from deep. And that one rebounded.
I lost my breath for a second there. That behind the back pass.
That was something. Brittany English has nobody guarding her. And now, Robinson to Watt from 3. No good. Jasmine James knocks it out to Robinson. English. Back to Watt. Dancing with it. Step back. 3. Yes. Kia Watt cuts the deficit down to 7.
Patience was key on that play. They didn't give up. They had 3 chances, finally executed on the last one. Great play there from Triple Threat to take their time on the rotation. That's something that I think they've been missing so far in this game, and they executed it perfectly on that one. The success that comes from a team is their ability to push through the misses and to take your time and to finally execute. And with Watt, her consistency to never give up on the play is fantastic, and that's something that we saw from her facilitating that play that we've just seen.
Of course, Kia Watt comfortable in this gym, the former Humber Hawk, played here for 3 years. And Olivia Osamusali with the poke, but gets some of the arm as well on Christina Mora. Back to Watt. She credits her sister and her twin brother for her start in hoops. Went to private school in Sault Ste. Marie. The team folded in the first year, and then she ended up in Central Tech here in Toronto. Tried out for Humber after high school, made the team, and had a great career here. Beautiful pass. Mora can't get it to go on the second attempt either, and Osamu Sali has the rebound.
Sometimes the presence of a body there is enough mental warfare to make you miss the open layup.
And one opportunity for Angeline Campbell. Taking it to the hoop, gets the hoop and the harm. As we get another look.
Getting the ball back on the offensive rotation, a quick, hard drive through contact, fantastic layup, headed to the line for 2. That's something that the Warriors, headed to the line for 1 actually. She made the layup. I need to give her credit where credit's due. Gosh. But that's something that I think the Warriors have really been executing extremely well. And we've seen with Campbell the ability to fight through contact, but how fast the rotation is for the Warriors that they don't even make time for a mistake. They're all the way already down on the floor on the offensive end.
It's Klauf now with it. Gives it up to Robinson. That one poked away by Richer, who's just adding to her stat line. Traipsing down the court now, loses it, and a little out of control. That pass just a bit too ahead of her from the hands of Griffith Wallace. It's an 11-point lead for the Warriors. Klauf gives it up and gets it right back. Nice under the basket pass, and YSU has the bucket. Griffith Wallace the other way, using the screen from Richer. Over the top into the free throw area. Makes the bucket. That's a tough make from Janika Griffith Wallace.
2 triple threat women in front of her face with their hands up, and yet she makes it as if it's nothing.
But takes the foul on the defensive end, trying to strip Monty Klauf of the ball.
It was like the triple threat women just needed to not even be there because she shot right over them. I don't even know how she got the ball up, first of all, to make the jump shot, but...
Was it a jump shot? Did her feet leave the
I
ground?
don't know what, now she mentioned it, I don't even think her feet left the ground.
Her feet didn't leave the ground. It was a fadeaway somehow.
It was beautiful, to say the least.
YSU now hounded. Jump ball. Possession will stay with Team Triple Threat. Megan McCarter getting her hand on that one. YSU has it at the top of the key, gives it up for Robinson, over to Paul, down to Klauf. Good ball movement. Klauf fading away, can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound with the shooter's touch. I'm loving this matchup, Klauf and Griffith Wallace. Griffith Wallace now with the step back. No good. Megan McCarter can't corral the rebound. Summer Paul has it. Pushes it out to Klauf. That's a travel, and credit Megan McCarter for hustling back and creating that turnover.
Like I said, it's like the illusion of the player. You don't even have to touch them sometimes. You don't even have to even make an effort to block the ball, but the mental knowing of that a player is coming down the way, running at full speed, is going to force you to make a mistake, and that's exactly what we saw there from Clough. Just gave the ball right up.
Ellen Ugranov over the timeline, works to her left. Had a great career with the University of Toronto Varsity Blues. Scored a career more than 1,000 points in a big win over Nipissing University earlier this year. McCarter gives it up to McDonald in the corner. McDonald pulls it, no good. And Sam Robinson leaves it for Watt. Foul gonna go on Colby Roper for a little too much contact on Christina Mora. Michaela Richet checks back in, as does Tamia Francis. Francis, another player with NCAA experience, Dawson Community College to Valdosta State. 11.3 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. But it is Sam Robinson with the bucket there. From Bradford, Ontario, Robinson. Played for the VCU Rams. Richet from the elbow. That swirls around and out. Mora with the rebound. Hands it off to Watt. A minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. 7-point lead. Team triple threat. Paul to Mora. A lot of time and space. Didn't realize she had it. Foul's going to be called on Megan McCarter for the reach-in.
Looking at the release there from Sam Robinson, you know obviously Richet is a tall player. You got to kind of get her off balance, and that's exactly what Robinson was able to do. One drive in, pull back for the fadeaway jumper. That's how you can execute on such a tall player offensively, and a phenomenal execution from Robinson.
So Sam Robinson with the latest bucket, but of course it's Christina Mora at the free throw line. Played high school basketball with King's Christian, makes the second. NCAA Wake Forest, experience with Team Canada as well, a silver medalist in 2018 with the under-18 FIBA Americas. And Francis with the scoop, no good. Griffith Wallace working on Clough, step back. Richet has it, give and go, no, keeps. Leverage, off the backboard, no good. Watt has it, kicks it off her foot, and that's a turnover. Couldn't control it before she started moving up court. 51 seconds remaining, and the Warriors can add to their 6-point lead here. Timeout called on the floor. So credit triple threat for coming back here in this second quarter and making the deficit less and less with each possession.
They have the ability to be a major threat and contributor on offense. The problem is that so early in the first quarter, the Warriors were just dominating. That all the triple threat could do was play solid defense because they were not able to set any kind of rotation up on the offensive end. Now, with that being said, though, the Warriors have been on an ongoing rotating door in terms of substitutions. They are currently executing. They have 11 points coming off the bench, 10 second chance point opportunities, and not for a lack of trying, they're currently 10 for 31 from the field goal. So they're putting up shots. Both teams are putting up shots. It's just the Warriors are executing on them. And honestly, that's the biggest difference maker we're seeing right now, and it's still close margin. 6-point difference here in the second quarter. A major comeback for triple threat after being down 20-7 leaving the first. So both sides are doing different things well, but the Warriors are just executing a little bit better on both sides of the floor.
Side out for the Brampton Warriors. Yara Leverage, Scarborough, Ontario native, gives it up to Griffith Wallace, guarded by Clough. The matchup we've been talking about. Francis from three, quick release, no good. Sam Robinson with the board. Clough traipsing down the right-hand side. Sam Robinson, Richet out to her. Robinson takes off the backboard, then the iron, no good. Francis gets the rebound. 25 seconds left, she has time. Works around Robinson. Nice no-look pass to Richet for another 2 points.
The amount of contact that Francis experienced from all the way from the defensive end to the offensive end for a quick pass for Richey, she fought through it. That's true resilience right there.
5 seconds remaining, a deep three, bottom, Monty Clough. Francis can't get it off in time, and the lead is down to 5. The Warriors lead 32-27 at the end of 2 quarters. We'll step aside for halftime, but before we go, another replay of the final 2 buckets of the half. Sydney.
The first one for the Warriors, Francis dribbling all the way through contact for a quick little dish off to Richey for the easy layup, but then again, Monty Clough can't let them have all the fun through 3 defenders on the Warriors. Made an impossible shot to end the quarter. Again, as you said, JJ, we're only sitting at a 5-point difference here after 13-point difference leaving the first quarter. So going into the second half, it's going to be a tight battle for sure.
There's no place I'd rather be on this Sunday than here. Humber College North, Hoop Queens Summer League 2024, Triple Threat, Brampton Warriors. We'll be back. Second half action coming up next.
Take your time. You hit this one, you move on to the next round. And the shirt turn pops. Ooh, you got it going. That's the right call. Cheer them up, guys. Cheer them up, cheer them up, cheer them up, cheer them up, cheer them up. All right, here we go. On to the next. On to the next. The shirt turn pops. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got you. You hit this one, you move on to the next round. Take your time, Pops. Whoop, in and out, in and out. There we go, on to the next round. This one will be a close one. There we go. There we go. You got 2 more shots. He has 1 more. Oh my goodness. Who's winning first? Who's winning first? Oh, let's go undefeated. Oh, you want to be this one? He won. 1 more. They got 1 more shots. Who's going to be? If he wins this one. Oh, it's close. It's good. It's good. All you got to do is make this shot. Oh my goodness. Happy Father's Day. And you know, you've been here every week, so I have the pleasure of giving you a little Father's Day gift. Foot Locker gift card, face this way, take your picture. Happy Father's Day, guys. All right, guys, once again. Happy Father's Day to children from Foot Locker. I'm not going to I'm not going to
And we're back as we get you set for second half action between the Brampton Warriors team triple threat. It's Hoop Queens Summer League 2024 as we get a look at the Brampton Warriors huddle. Of course, Michaela Richey, 16 points, 6 rebounds, the leader of this Brampton squad here today. JJ Evison, Sydney Holmes. Sydney, walk me through that first half and what you liked from each side.
I'll start with the Warriors. As we said, Richey is coming out of this game being an absolutely dominating force. 16 points in the first half is not a small feat. She's 4 rebounds away from getting a double-double, and so early in the game is fantastic. But what I want to say, apart from the solo effort that she's making, we see Francis, we see Griffith Wallace making an impact as well. It's a team effort, and that's the reason why Brampton is exceeding right now, is because of that team effort that they've been able to show so far in the first half of play. Now going over to triple threat, they've shown some strong attributes. You see Monty Clough coming out a little bit slow to start the game, slowly kind of finding her form at the end of the second quarter there. Watt, again, same thing, creating chances. It's just the consistency is what's lacking. We see both sides have strong players who can make a heavy impact. Both of them statistically are pretty much neck and neck, and we've seen them, they're pretty much, in terms of their shots made from the field goal, they're pretty much consistent. Both teams have shot 33 to 35 comparably. Both are only making 10 to 11, so again, they're even. The difference is when it comes down to it, the Warriors are simply making shots. So that's honestly going to be something that Triple Threat really needs to execute going into the second half here, is keeping up the same intensity on defense, just being able to make it count and make it worth your while when you head back down to the offensive end.
If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in on this Father's Day. This is the second of 2 games from the Humber College North campus. The first saw Team Advantage Titans improve to 3-0 over Team Sun Youth. This one here, a battle for an improvement to 2-1. The Brampton Warriors have it to start the second half. And it's Janika Griffith-Wallace working on Monty Clough. Richey comes up to set the screen. Griffith-Wallace around it, time and space, too much of it. That one off the mark. She lost it on the last dribble before she went up for the shot. I'm allowed Monty Clough to come back and contest. Eve Wyesu now over the timeline. Working to the right and the baseline. Summer Paul extra pass, Clough in the corner. Drops her defender, picks it up. That one no good. Sam Robinson steps out of bounds before she could throw the ball back in. Brampton Warriors will have possession as we're waiting for the first bucket of the second half. Angeline Campbell right back to Griffith-Wallace. And Richey's there, this time on the opposite side. Griffith-Wallace now on the far wing, working on Clough. Richey from the top of the key. Colby Roper has it, guarded by Summer Paul. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Roper up, hounded by Paul, and Colby Roper will head to the free throw line. Roper, the North Vancouver native, grew up on the West Coast, played her youth sports basketball on the East Coast, St. FX. In 91 games played over her career, averaged 12.3 points, 6.6 boards. Good for the first. 105 total steals, that's more than a steal per game. 2-time Atlantic University sports second place finisher, misses the second. 1-time AUS semifinalist back in 2012. Sam Robinson gives it up to Clough. Clough around the screen, pulls up from inside the three-point line, off the front of the iron. Griffith-Wallace has it the other way. Roper finds a lane. Ooh, and falls down, grabbing her knee. Colby Roper, Kayla Richey asking for help. Could have been a hyperextension. We're not too sure, but we hope it's nothing that sidelines Roper for too long. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be right back with more action from this third quarter. Team Triple Threat, Team Brampton Warriors. Stay with us. And we're back here, 6:40 left to play in the third quarter. Colby Roper being helped off to a round of applause after suffering a right knee injury on a drive to the basket. And we hope to see her again this summer. We have 2 weeks remaining after this in the Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. It's almost playoff time. Both of these teams looking to position themselves in that second spot. Again, the Warriors and Team Triple Threat both sit at 1-1 currently. It's a 6-point lead for the Brampton Warriors. As Team Triple Threat gets set to inbound.
It's unfortunate any time when a player gets injured, especially when it's completely uncontacted from the other team. There's just really, unfortunately, nothing you can do about it.
Sometimes those non-contact injuries can be a little worse than contact injuries. Eve Wiestu dancing on the far side. Hounded. Foul is not called. Wiestu just goes out of bounds. And the Brampton Warriors will get possession. The official had pointed in one direction and then corrected herself, pointed the other way. Again, if you're just joining us, all the talent you see on this court is Canadian, from the players to the coaches and the officials. Michaela Richer fouled by Wiestu. Side out, first team foul for Team Triple Threat. Ellen Ugranov gets it into Richer. Griffith Wallace now on the near wing. Step back, and Klauf caught a hand on it. Now she's charging up the middle of the court. Gets it down to Mora on the block. Jump ball called, will stay with Team Triple Threat.
At that low of an angle, it's hard to give your teammate the ball and to give her the best chance possible to score. It's too low. At that point, Klauf honestly had a better opportunity of really just taking it up herself.
And we're back. Warriors lead by 5. Francis has it across the timeline. Michaela Richer checked out, walking gingerly. Francis pulls it off the side of the iron. And Mora holds off Olivia Osamusali, who tried to track that one down. Kia Watt checks back in for Eve Wiestu. Monty Klauf over the timeline calling the play. Sam Robinson from 3, off the back of the iron. Olivia Osamusali with the rebound, gives it up to Janika Griffith-Wallace. Working down that left-hand side, getting a little physical with Klauf. Klauf going for the steal. Oh, showing off her handles. Throws it up. Francis right there to collect the rebound, can't get the bucket to go. Osamusali touches it last.
Seems to be a bit of a one-on-one playoff kind of going on over there.
Definitely looks that way, but it's a team sport.
At the end of the day, it is a team sport.
Monty Klauf now. Wants Griffith-Wallace, gets her. Mora has the smaller Francis on her, gets to the bucket. Francis tried to go for the steal, got a hand on it, but not enough to dislodge it from Christina Mora's hands. Julianne McDonald setting the screen now. Griffith-Wallace still at the logo. Yeah, she'll pull it from there and be way off the mark. And Monty Klauf talking to the crowd, says she baited her into that.
It's a bit of a mental warfare. She backed off of Griffith-Wallace. And you know what? It could work two ways, because if she would have made it, she looks silly because she completely backed off and gave her the option to shoot the ball. But now she's like, I made her shoot that. I baited her into that, and it worked out because she missed the 3. So, a smart play, I guess? Question mark for Klauf.
Well, Klauf takes a 3 of her own. Julianne McDonald with the rebound. Richer checked back in, as did Megan McCarter. Francis has it, working on English. And and the shot clock never reset. It's a 3-point lead for the Warriors, 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. And this has been quite the game. It's been back and forth. The Brampton Warriors came out to a 10-0 lead, and slowly but surely Team Triple Threat has clawed back and made it a 3-point game. Shot clock now at 19. Francis has it in the corner. Shakes English. Works baseline left hand off her own foot and out of bounds. Triple threat the other way. Klauf directing traffic, gives it up to English. To Watt at the top of the key, guarded by Ugrinov. Back to Klauf, guarded by McCarter. Gets the step back into the corner. Christina Mora working on Richer. Klauf has it, pulls it from 3. Off the front of the iron, Julianne McDonald comes down with it. McDonald over the timeline into Richer, who gets position on Mora. But Kia Watt there to collect the rebound. And you can still see Richer running a little gingerly. Christina Mora to her left, has English, gives it up. English on Francis. Foul's going to be called on Francis for the block. Kiara leverage back in for Ugrinov, and Jasmine James will give Sam Robinson a break.
Looking at the line score right now, there's been not a lot of shooting or basket making in this quarter. So far, Triple Threat are outscoring the Warriors 5-3.
Very low scoring quarter. Kiara leverage with the steal, and she's going to add to the lead for the Warriors. Kia Watt has it. No, it's, my apologies, YSU to Brittany English in the corner. English takes and makes the 3. Francis down into Richer, but Mora, too much contact, so she'll grab the foul and take another look at that 3 from the corner.
I didn't even think there was an angle to shoot from. She was literally behind the net. But you know what? Maybe she saw something we didn't, evidently, because it was a fantastic effort. But it just shows the persistence that English has been playing at this game. She's able to make shots when it looks like there's not even a net in sight of her view, but fantastic shot there for English.
It's Richer from the baseline. That's 2 more points for Richer. YSU. Mora fakes. Gives it right back up to YSU into the paint. Blocked by Olivia Osamusali as she hits the deck hard. Griffith Wallace and McDonald check back in. McCarter and Osamusali will head to the bench for the Warriors. And English will inbound the ball for Team Triple Threat. Kia Watt comes all the way across, sets her feet and shoots. Nothing but nylon from beyond the arc. And it's a tie game. Or at least it was signaled a 3.
Should have been.
Richer right there for the rejection was Watt. Griffith Wallace, guarded by YSU, elevates, no good, gets her own rebound, gives up to Richer, fading away, yes. You can always count on Michaela Richer. Lead is up to 3. And Richer continues to put up points with what has to be a bum knee or a bum leg, because she is not moving at full speed. And a nice drive there.
All the scoring in this quarter has seemingly happened within the last minute and 30 seconds. Still, considering that very low scoring quarter, we only have a total of 20 points, both sides in total, so that's low. When you look at Warriors who scored 20 alone in the first quarter.
Watt misses on the first. The two-time OCAA champion and the CCAA All-Canadian, good for the second. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The lead now down to just 2 for the Warriors. Francis has it, guarded by English. Francis beats the first layer of defense and kicks it back out, will take her time. 17 left on the shot clock. Has 00 to her right. Ignores the screen, finds a lane. The pass to Leverage, tough bucket. Off glass and in. 16 seconds remaining in the quarter. Kia Watt over the timeline, guarded by Leverage. Mora comes up, as does Robinson. Losing the handle, but Richer and Osamu Sali may have gotten a hand on that as well. Julianne McDonald comes in for a little size, and Angeline Campbell comes in for Francis and Osamu Sali. Under 4 remaining in the third quarter, with a chance to cut that deficit down. Watt from the corner, too strong. Angeline Campbell's going to dribble it out. It's a 4-point lead for the Brampton Warriors over Team Triple Threat. 8 minutes remaining in the second of 2 games here from Humber College North. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. JJ Evison alongside Sydney Holmes. Sydney, a low-scoring third quarter. You got to expect defense to be #1 priority for both sides heading into the fourth.
It's interesting because we're noticing, I would have said after the first quarter that, okay, Warriors are going to run away with it, and that would have been my detriment at that point because Triple Threat has been relentless. First starting off on the defensive end, limiting the amount of points that the Warriors were scoring, and now they're actually translating that onto the offensive end. They've been very consistent as of late. But also, I love coming from Monty Clough. Again, it's not like mental warfare, but you got to get into some of these players' head. Griffith Wallace was on a bit of a run herself, making the 3 on the arc, driving in to get those baskets, making a good assist for her team. Has honestly kind of become a bit quiet, and you see as soon as Monty Clough was on her, she backed up to give her an open lane for the 3. Griffith Wallace missed. It's those little things you can do without affecting the team in terms of a foul or in terms of a flagrant that can get into a player's head that honestly is working for Triple Threat. It's those little things that they're using to execute this game. And they've brought back this game to within reach. 4 points in total, a totally winnable game for both sides right now. So it's totally up in the air here going into the fourth quarter.
If it's going to be anybody for Team Triple Threat, Kia Watt, Brittany English, Monty Clough, who do you see as being the catalyst here in this fourth quarter to get over that hump and improve to 2-1 and hand Brampton their second loss?
Honestly, it's going to have to be Robinson. Robinson has been showing a lot of consistency, but it's also her ability to, one, create contact down low, yes, but also from mid-range. And especially on a team like the Warriors where they do have height, being able to execute, especially on Richer mid-range, is going to make all the difference.
Sam Robinson, number 22 in white with the pink sneaks. We'll keep an eye on her. Julianne McDonald gets it into Kiara Leverage, who will initiate the offense for the Warriors. And an errant pass on the first offensive possession. A little miscommunication maybe. Griffith Wallace wasn't headed to the right spot, or the spot that at least Leverage thought she was going. And Monty Clough has it the other way. Robinson with the screen at the top of the key. Clough pushes off, gets some space. No good. McDonald with the rebound. And Angeline Campbell the other way. Eve Wiesu with the strip from behind. It's 2-on-1. She's got Robinson. Wiesu waits. Gives it up to Clough. Wiesu has it again. Working on the screen from Mora. Kick ball from the foot of Michaela Richer. Clough gets it in. To Mora, back to Clough. working on Richer, back cut English, extra pass Mora, hounded by 4 black jerseys. Jump ball is called regardless of Mora grabbing her head as if it's been hit. Ball will remain with Team Triple Threat.
It's a good pass inside, though.
Another bounce pass to the big is tough.
It's hard. It's a hard angle. Puts her in an uncomfortable position, but hey, they got the ball out of it.
And now YS2 will head to the free throw line. Two free attempts to cut into the lead held by the Brampton Warriors. And more substitutions for the Warriors. Julian McDonald back in. Osamu Sali will sit down. The first off the back of the iron and in. YSU played for the TMU Bold in 2021-22 and 22-23. In the national championship that she won, although she missed the second there, she won a national championship with the Bold, and they overcame a 22-point deficit in the fourth quarter against Brock. Talk about earning a championship.
For people who were able to watch that game, I mean, I wasn't there physically, but online, fantastic game.
McDonald from the corner, extending the lead, back up to 6. Back to that final, Brock TMU.
It was arguably some of the best basketball I've seen play. It could have shaken most teams, and I honestly think it would have, but the Bold were down 22 points, and they were able to come back to win.
7 minutes remaining, too. It wasn't like the start of the fourth quarter. Bonnie Clough, nice step through, can't get it to go.
We had single-digit minutes remaining in that game, and they were able to come back and win a national championship. It was fantastic play.
Griffith Wallace now. Works baseline, up and under, no good. Clough the other way. English has it, ahead of the pack. And that's an easy 2 points for Brittany English. Back down to 4 is the lead for the Warriors. Griffith Wallace to her left, step back, gives it up to Richer. Down into Leverage. Blocked by Sam Robinson. EYSU, extra pass to Mora. It's a 2-point game. And the Brampton Warriors take a timeout. They want to talk this over. Under 6 remaining here in the fourth quarter of a back and forth game. And Team Triple Threat on the verge of taking their first lead of this one. And let's take another look at that one from the defensive end.
You look at the efficiency that Triple Threat is playing off of right now. The strength on the defensive end, grabbing the block and then pushing it all the way on offense. Beautiful transition. That is simple basketball to a T. You don't collapse and every single person go to the net. You have one person, if you look, there was a Triple Threat athlete beyond the arc. There was one running down perpendicular to the person with the ball. You give options. You don't just clog the zone. You spread out, you give options, and it all started down low from that block. They're firing on all cylinders right now. Triple Threat is having a phenomenal rotation, and it's executing on the scoreboard, and they're 2 points away from tying this game up with just under 6 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter.
And they've been doing it by committee. Great passing to the extra open player. Summer Paul checks back in. We'll see what kind of effect she can have on this game, as does Ellen Ugranov. But it's Janika Griffith-Wallace, the Brampton, Ontario native, former Ram, working to her left. Leverage, tied up. Foul called on Monty Clough. Arguing that one. Thought she got a hand on the ball with the tie-up. Instead, foul's going to be called on the pull of the arm. And nobody right now is guarding Griffith-Wallace. Paul pushing Clough back over. Julianne McDonald working on English. Kicks back out. Richer has Mora on her. Through the lane, and another foul on Monty Clough. An unnecessary reach in that time as Mora stood her ground well with Richer.
It's honestly, at that point, you need to just keep your hands out of the zone, because if a ref sees you reaching in, any kinds of reaching in when you're not even the person defending the player with the ball, you're going to get called for a foul.
McDonald Works into the paint, loses it. Travel is going to be called, and Brittany English, you can see her giving the sign. Francis checks back in for leverage for the Brampton Warriors, and it's Eve Wiestu with it for team triple threat over the timeline. Uses the screen from Mora. Paul gets her defender in the air, steps inside the three-point line, doesn't get it to go. Watt has it in the corner. English calls for it, wants the screen, right into Summer Paul. Over to Wiestu from deep. No good. Richer kicks it out to Griffith Wallace. Francis charges down the middle of the court. Brings a defender with her on the far side. Griffith Wallace, Warriors lead by 2 into the paint, up and under, scoop, finish. Janika Griffith Wallace extends the lead back to 4. Kia Watt over to English, has Mora, uses the screen, down on the baseline. Nice pick and roll. Mora that time fouled by Ugranov on the way up. 2 shots, Christina Mora.
Beautiful pick and roll from Mora. Way to not give up on that play, especially leaving the defender on your back. I mean, when you do a screen, you have to remember that your job is to not just get the person with the ball open, usually the point guard. You're also looking to get open yourself, and that's exactly what she did to result in 2 shots here at the line.
She misses the first. 50% from the free throw line just moments ago as well. Looking to make the second and remain at 50. Mora does just that. Checking back in for the first time in a long time, Alina Domingo. As Christina Mora grabs a seat on the bench. Francis traipsing down the right-hand side. Keeps. Pulls up from the baseline. Rebounded by Watt. Guarded by McDonald. Watt's going to push the pace. Hands it off to English. English back to Watt from 3. No good. Summer Paul can't corral it. Griffith Wallace the other way. There are numbers. Pulls it from 3. Griffith Wallace off the front iron. Off the top of the backboard. That considered out of bounds. So team triple threat still stuck. 3 here, just over 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter of the second game. Hoop Queens Summer League 2024, the 3rd season. And it's the end of the regular season as we're moving to playoffs next weekend and Championship Sunday the weekend after that. Watt, guarded by Griffith Wallace. Step back 3, gets Wallace in the air, comes back, yes. Kia Watt cuts the deficit to 1. Under 4 remaining. Griffith Wallace working on Wiestu. Francis, shimmy shake. Nice dribble into the paint, scoop finish. Too hard. Richer with the rebound. No good on the putback. Richer hits the ground hard. And again, we're on double watch for Richer, who comes up limping yet again. Taking a couple of hard hits here, but is continuing to produce.
2 rebounds away from a double-double.
She started the half 4 rebounds away.
You know what? Part of me thinks she might be closer than what the stats are saying. And you know what? I'm going to give it to her because if it's the chance of either giving her a double-double or not, I think she's deserved it with how she's been playing so far this game.
The first short-rimmed. The second, that's good. Richer. Now up to 27 on the game. 9 of 17 from the field. 2 of 3 from deep. Foul's going to be called on the arm. Baseline out of bounds, Brittany English. Team triple threat stuck 2. Kia Watt. Julianne McDonald takes a hard foul. She tracked down the loose ball. That was intended for Summer Paul, who was nowhere in the vicinity.
We're in bonus now.
5 team fouls on triple threat. So shooting free throws for the remaining 3.5 are the Brampton Warriors. McDonald hasn't shot a free throw here in this game. The first is good for the Toronto, Ontario native, who led Odessa College to a Regional 5 championship in JUCO. Played at Memphis and Morehead State in the NCAA. The second bounces in. Leads back up to 4. Domingo in the key, kicks back out to English. Over to Klaus. Klaus from the elbow, has nobody. Whips it, and McDonald again with the steal. Leverage off the fingertips and out of bounds. McDonald pushes that one a little too quickly.
It's going to come down to little mistakes like that. I can understand it in transition. You just get the turnover. You want to push the floor as fast as possible. But when you have the lead and when it's such a close game, take that extra second. Take a second to collect yourself. You're either going to draw a foul because the other team's reaching in, or to allow your team to truly set up a solid offensive play, and you can get a better chance than what they've gotten here.
Megan McCarter, who's had a great game defensively, back in. And it's Robinson with the scoop finish. Julianne McDonald thought there was a little contact initiated by the offense. Refs say play on. There's a stoppage of play. Coach is getting an explanation from the official. One possession game, 2:51 remaining. The Brampton Warriors lead 51-49. And we are poised for quite the ending here of game number 2 between the two 500 teams. Francis to her left. Griffith Wallace tried to attack but cut off well by Watt. Watt staying with her step for step. From the elbow, Griffith Wallace, no good. Mora gets the rebound and shakes Megan McCarter. Kia Watt now on the far side. Ignores the screen from Mora, calls it again, uses it this time. Fighting over it too was Megan McCarter. Watt into the paint, no good. Julianne McDonald has the rebound, and Watt is slow to come back down the court. So the Brampton Warriors have numbers. Richer down in the paint where she's dominated and gets another 2 points. Michaela Richer.
Like you said, nursing some kind of injury because she's still not going at full capacity, but yet she's making every single post move that she's taking.
Tough bucket after tough bucket. Monty Clough with the pull-up, yes. Back to a 2-point lead. Substitutions. Ellen Ugranov comes in for McCarter. Eve Wiesu in for Watt. Francis will give it into Griffith Wallace, who's working on Clough over the timeline now. Richer slowly inching towards the top. Griffith Wallace gets the step. Foul offensive on Griffith Wallace, and credit Eve Wiesu for getting her feet set and taking the charge with 1:37 remaining. So Team Triple Threat can tie with a 2 or take the lead for the first time in the game with a 3. And Clough works around the screen, has Griffith Wallace on her hip. Made one from there just a minute ago. Short on that one. Griffith Wallace now gets by the first level of defense, but will slow things down over the timeline. Has Richer with her at the top. Works to her right. A nice display of ball handling. Picks it up. Francis comes to bail her out. I think the officials are going to talk about this one. I'm not sure if the shot clock was ever reset.
No.
This is going to be a tough decision.
If anything, they might have potentially 8 to 10 seconds left, just giving the time that it took to get them to come over, but for sure that did not feel like a full shot clock.
No chance. And I could see this being a 14-second side out of bounds possession for the Brampton Warriors, even though Francis did knock down that 3. We're going to put 9 on the shot clock, it appears, based on what the official is over talking to the scorers table. Do not count the basket. Brampton will have possession. Shot clock is set to 4, 9, there it is.
9 seconds. I don't think I was too far off.
No, you nailed it.
I feel it, you know, I'm in tune with the game.
You need to be that way if you're a color commentator.
I think it helps. You know, I think it's an asset. It's nice to know that I know what I'm talking about. Golly.
Well, you've nailed it so far here at the game. So we got 9 on the shot clock. Brampton Warriors have the ball on the sideline. Janika Griffith-Wallace has it now at the logo. Richer working on Mora. 1-2 stepping up and under. That one no good. Team Triple Threat have another offensive possession to cut into this lead. Monty Clough gives it to English on back, but stepping out of bounds. Again, this near sideline has been trouble for Team Triple Threat. 55 seconds, it's a one possession game. Griffith-Wallace gets it to Francis. Guarded by English and over the timeline. The inside out dribble from Francis, shakes the defender, works to her left, tries to squeeze it into McDonald, and right there for the steal was Sam Robinson. Monty Clough can take the lead with a 3. Uses the screen from Mora, has English to her right, gives it to English. English hesitates. The back cut by Eve Wyesu, and English saw her. Michaela Richer got a hand on it, however. 9.8 on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Timeout, Brampton Warriors. So a couple of turnovers and no team really able to execute to the best of their ability in that last straight of possessions.
If I was the coach right now for Triple Threat and I have the ball underneath the basket, I think my goal would be to fake the 3, like try to fake a rotation for the 3 ball and go inside. It has to be either a jump shot or a drive inside, because right now their thought is going to be Brampton's just going to switch and rotate off of everything. You're not really going to get a good 3-point look. You're going to have to drive. And I think that's what it's going to be for this team.
Lots of options for Team Triple Threat. Of course, Monty Clough, Keogh, Watt, Brittany English have been shooting it from 3. Sam Robinson is a big presence down low. So we'll see how they set up here. And earlier in the game, they revealed their play a little too early on a sideline inbound. We'll see what they can do here with 28 seconds remaining. 9.8 on the shot clock. And it's English in the corner, but Francis comes away to swat it, reading that one perfectly. So they'll switch sides. Just time to get it right into Robinson. Clough takes a shot, takes it to the paint, left-handed finish off the backboard and in. We've got a tie game. Francis has it. There's a fraction of a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and the Brampton Warriors can hold for the last shot. Griffith-Wallace, guarded by Clough. Clough not looking to foul here. To the left, gets a step on Mora. Tough finish off the near iron, bouncing out of bounds, and regulation comes to an end. Tie game, 53-53. The officials say 1 second on the shot clock, 1 second on the game clock. Is that enough time? Is that enough time?
You know what? You can do a lot in a second. You can do a quick little volleyball push into the net.
It's got to be a catch and shoot. We'll take another look at the last couple of possessions here. See how this one ended up tied.
Again, fast passing, solid defense, Monty Clough, and again, hands up on defense. That's a way to not get called on a mistake foul, on an unconscious reach-in. Hands up on defense, and that's exactly what they executed on. But to tie the game, composure, Monty Clough to fake it and then to pull up with her left hand, a left-handed floater, mind you, off the backboard. It's resilience to a T for the way Triple Threat has played this game.
So Team Triple Threat do get the ball on the offensive side of half. Enough time for a catch and shoot. And it looks like all 4 players on triple threat will start behind their zone. Ball in, quick shot, Clough, no good. To overtime we go. We'll see what we have in overtime. 53-53, stick with us. It's bound to be an exciting end.
So each team gets 1 timeout each. 4 minutes in overtime. Oh boy. We're live right now, overtime. Our first overtime of the year. Week 3, game 2. Triple threat. Brampton Warriors, 53 apiece. I don't know who's gonna win, but who should not miss HOOPQUEENS next week? It is on fire. Let's go. We're starting. The Brampton Warriors family is here.
4 minutes on the clock for overtime. Each team has 1 timeout. We're tied at 53-53. It's a new game. The first overtime game of the Hoop Queens Summer League 2024. JJ Evison with you on the call. Griffith Wallace gives it up to McDonald, into Richer, fading away. And you gotta go to what's working, and that's Michaela Richer, who's still hobbling, but producing at a high clip. Monty Clough into the paint. The pass to English a little too high, and ducking out of the way is a Brampton Warriors coach. That one coming in hot. Got to be alert. Griffith Wallace now doing the majority of the ball handling. Gets it into Richer, who's going to work again from the elbow. That one a little light. Brittany English now with it. Sam Robinson working on McDonald. Monty Clough can't save it. So Michaela Richer, 30 points, 8 rebounds, leading all scorers in the game. And leading the Brampton Warriors. So far it's a 2-point lead. Just over 3 minutes remaining in overtime. Griffith Wallace throws it over to McDonald. McDonald attacks, keeps, off the backboard, doesn't get it to go. Francis corrals the rebound. Extra pass down to Leverage, back to Francis. Francis works to her left, uses the screen set by McDonald. Gets her defender in the air, can't get the bucket to go. And it's Kia Watt the other way. Watt uses the screen from Mora. The pass doesn't find Robinson, off of a triple threat player and out of bounds. And Julianne McDonald heads to the bench as Ellen Ugranov checks in. So does Eve YSU for Brittany English. 2.5 remaining in overtime. The Warriors looking to improve to 2-1. Have a 2-point lead. Griffith Wallace on the near side. We've seen this. Guarded by Clough. Griffith Wallace continues to work to her left off the near iron, and Mora comes away with the rebound. Watt. A little rush pass to Clough. Back to Watt. And Clough asking for it now. Over the screen from Mora. Clough step back, toe on the line, off the side of the iron. Richer gets her 9th rebound, 1 rebound shy of a double-double now. Janika Griffith Wallace, fire pass to the corner. Richer now into the paint. Double team, fading away from in front of the rim. Clef has it. Ugranov. And Clef passes to absolutely no one. Doing push-ups now is Kia Watt. A minute 44, only 2 points scored here in this overtime, but it might be all you need to win the game if you're the Brampton Warriors. Francis. To her right. Now to her left, wide open lane, scoop shot off the backboard and in, extending the lead for the Warriors to 4. Kia Watt the other way for team triple threat. Uses the screen from Summer Paul. Now gives it to Summer Paul. Can't get it to go. YSU into the corner. English sets her feet, takes a shot. Paul's there for the collection. Can't get it to go. Foul called on Griffith Wallace. A couple of bodies hit the floor. So the Brampton Warriors have a 4-point lead. Michaela Richet is going to check back in, as does Julianne McDonald. Ellen Ugranov and Francis. No, Ellen Ugranov and Olivia Osamusale will check out. Summer Paul heads to the free throw line. No good on the first for the Kitchener, Ontario native. Played for the Waterloo Warriors in the OUA. Averaged 25 points and almost 5 rebounds per game in 2022-23. The second, good. So now triple threat stuck 3. Francis to her left, back to her right, into the paint, almost stripped, picks up at the dribble. Leverage, gives it up, Griffith Wallace. No good, ball finds. A little confusion under the basket. Side out for the Warriors, 48 remaining in the game, 14 on the shot clock. Janika Griffith Wallace into Francis, who almost tripped on her way to collect the rock. Guarded by English. Works to her right. Richet almost stolen. Foul called on the 3-point shot attempt on Monty Clough. And no one in the gym can believe it. But going to the line for 3 is Michaela Richet. And Clough out of the game. The first off the mark. Richet has had 22 field goal attempts, has made 11 of them. And that's her 7th made free throw on 9 attempts. Still 1 rebound shy of that elusive double-double. 2 for 3 from the line, it's a 5-point lead. There's still time on the clock. Kia Watt over the timeline. Pulls it from 3. Watt off the mark. Paul there for the rebound and the putback. 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Leverage over to McDonald. And they've got to get it over the timeline. And Francis does in the nick of time. So not electing to foul here. It's a 3-point game, but Paul will take the foul. And Francis will head to the line for 2. 10 seconds remaining in overtime. 2 shots coming up. And the Warriors have a 3-point lead, looking to extend that. Francis composes herself. Deep breath makes the first. To a loud cheer for the Brampton Warriors supporters. second in and out, rebounded by Riche, and that's the double-double and the putback to put the game out of reach. She limps back down the floor. Michaela Riche is surely going to be the player of the game, crowned her. And the Brampton Warriors improve to 2-1, handing Triple Threat their second loss of the season, 62-56 the final, 34 points for Michaela Riche on 12 of 23 from the field, 10 rebounds. And wow, what a performance. And you saw her all game battling that knee or leg injury. We'll have to have a chat with her following the game to see exactly what happened and how she's feeling. But Michaela Riche definitely earned honor of the game for the Brampton Warriors. And here comes the crown. As you see her head towards the scorer's table. And there it is. Michaela Riche, well-deserved player of the game, crowned her. What a performance. The director of basketball operations for Layup as we relive some of her buckets from this afternoon. Getting congratulations from everybody involved. Look at the step through, the patience, the scoop finish. Of course, the three, shooting it from deep off the back of the iron and through, catching, faking, keeping, using the backboard, crediting the assist, and then as you see her, this is a beautiful assist from Francis, the no-look pass. Easy bucket for Riche. And how about that final board off the missed free throw to get the double-double? Look at from anywhere on the court, a little fadeaway, it seems to be, is her bread and butter. The hesitation, the patience, the use of the backboard, the recognizing, getting position, again fading away that time over Mora. All around great performance from Riche and the Brampton Warriors. They improved to 2-1, so they'll finish second in the standings behind Team Advantage Titans, who go 3-0, and then it's the Team Triple Threat sitting in third, followed by Team Sun Youth 0-3 in fourth. Playoffs next week, and be sure to join us here at Humber College North or join us online. We appreciate you tuning in. For everybody here at the Hoop Queens Summer League 2024 broadcast team, I'm JJ Evison. Have a great Sunday, folks. Enjoy Father's Day.